there, darling. I'm the librarian, and this is the Bookreturn. It's often said that Shakespeare is the greatest writer of the English language. People say this because it's true. So why do so many screenwriters and directors think they know better than the bard? I don't know. But that's how we ended up with She's the Man. It's an adaptation of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. And by adaptation, I mean they take Shakespeare's themes and nuances and just flush them down the toilet for the sake of a makeover montage and sex jokes. But the sad thing is, Shakespeare himself wasn't above sex jokes. He was just clever about it. For example, in Much Ado About Nothing, Don Pedro asks Beatrice if Bendick has stolen her heart. She laughs and says that yes, he won it from her in a game of dice. Don Pedro smiles. "Oh, you're putting him down." Beatrice replies, "Well, I wouldn't go down with him. I'd be sure to have foolish children." See? Get it? Now that's how you make a clever sex joke. Now, restaging Shakespeare and putting all of the characters into a modern high school setting is nothing new. It can actually be a really good allegory for the social classes in Shakespeare's day. Why were the Montagues and Capulets feuding? Because their schools were rivals. The first mistake this film makes is making it about gender. Blatantly making it about gender. In the play, Viola dresses as a man to get a job. She doesn't want to lie, and we can sympathize with her as we watch her getting drawn into this web of lies. Here we have Viola dressing up to prove that she can play soccer. Now, it can easily be argued that this is just a natural progression of adapting Shakespeare into a modern setting. After all, it doesn't make sense for a girl to dress up like a man now. Did you think it made sense then? Now, I understand that modern storytelling dictates that protagonists need a clear goal to be striving for, but the problem is, the whole masquerade itself is just the setup for the plot. It's a farce, for goodness sakes. In this film, the pain that Viola and Olivia share, the sisterhood bond that Olivia senses and mistakes for love, is not that they both tragically lost their brothers. It's that they each had a really rough breakup over the summer. There's a plot point about Olivia seeing some of the real Sebastian's song lyrics, and you would figure, at least I did, that this would be simple reworkings of the songs in Twelfth Night, or the actual love letters that Viola gave to Olivia. You'd be wrong, because that would require reading. Olivia starts dating Duke, trying to make Sebastian jealous. Okay, in the play, she kinda, sorta strings the Duke along with some maybe false hope that she was kind of coming around. But that is a very, very, very far cry from actually using him and manipulating him willingly to try to make Viola jealous. That's just so evil. It's evil. Olivia is evil. I don't want Olivia to be evil. I want her to be love-smitten and marry the brother of the woman she fell in love with and be happy about it by the end. And this hurts my head. This play has a way of doing that. Shakespeare is well known for his subplots. Toby, Andrew, Maria, Malvolio, updated to Malcolm, all appear in this film. That is to say that there are characters with those names, but I don't think any of Shakespeare's characters actually appear in this film. Andrew trying to win Olivia, the pranks on Malvolio, the B-couple romance between Toby and Maria, gone. All gone. There's no reason why. They just thought it would be funnier to focus on Viola trying to act like a guy. But the worst thing this version does is have a meeting between Duke and Viola. Yeah, it's relatively early in the film, and they even kiss. This is just so wrong. I don't even know where to begin to explain how wrong it is. In the play, Viola had no doubt that the Duke was in love with Olivia. She had no cause to believe that the Duke would ever choose her, so she had no reason to reveal her true identity, thus leading to the drama in the story. But here we have Viola leading a double life as both Sebastian and Viola. So now there's nothing separating this story from every other romantic comedy ever. The humor in the play is that Viola is in a love triangle with herself. And just to show you how completely inept this film is at getting the dramatic tension between Viola and the Duke, we have a scene back in their dorm room where the Duke debates whether he should pursue Viola or Olivia. Viola tries to be objective and gives him advice, saying, "What does your heart tell you?" Then, reminding herself that she's supposed to be a dude, she says, "I mean, which one would you rather see naked?" For comparison, I'm going to read the rough equivalent of this scene from the play. This is edited because I don't want you falling asleep on me. "Once more, Cesario. But if she cannot love you, sir, I cannot so be answered. Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for you love as great a pang in heart as you for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered? There is no woman's side can abide the beating of so strong a passion. Alas, their love may be called appetite, but mine is all hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between the love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia. Ay, but I know, what dost thou know, too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are of true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man, as it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should you, my lordship. And what is her history? A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like Patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love. But died thy sister of her love, my boy? I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too. The big physical fight in this story isn't even between Viola and Andrew. It's a three-way fight in a girl's bathroom between Viola, Olivia, and some chick they just made up for this movie. Hey, who are you anyway? I mean, what do you do? It seems like she's just there for Viola to diss in public. Wait, Viola diss in public? Oh my god, you're Antonio! The whole masquerade revelation isn't even the end of this stinking movie, because we still have a point to make about gender and soccer. So they play the game with Viola on the team, even though in the real world I'm pretty sure that would disqualify them. And you know that really emotional moment when Sebastian sees his sister? Do I stand there? I never had a brother. Nor can there be any deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Oh, Charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage? Of Mezzaline. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you have come to frighten us. Were you a woman as the rest goes even, I should my tears fall upon your cheek and say thrice, welcome, drowned Viola. That's now just a crazy swapping places montage. She's the Man isn't just a Shakespearean play with high school kids. It is a high school kid. It's obsessed with sex, shallow, selfish, and believes itself to be far smarter than it really is. So She's the Man, I'm finding you for ruining a classic.
Each time we have a quarrel, it almost breaks my heart, 'cause I'm so afraid
your stupid minds. Stupid! Stupid!